All right, so we just got home from the dollar store, and they've kind of upped their game. They actually have some stuff in there that is some pretty good quality. So technically it's $1.25 now. I guess there's different prices depending on where you're at. Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, Dollar General, all that stuff. But I want to do a dollar store haul. So as you can hear, Pumpkin's in the background. His food is getting warmed up right now. So he's just going to be telling us what for until he gets it. That's just what he does. He's a foodie kitten. So everybody say hi, Pumpkin. Yeah. All right. So, while all of that is all warming up and everything like that, I'm not one to sit there and watch water boil. Not very fun. So I'm going to do a dollar store haul. So, the last time I went to the dollar store was a while ago, but I ended up needing these dry erase markers, and I actually found some. So they actually have a 4-pack, which is pretty cool. And then these are the ones that go into the little clips if you have like the dry erase board that's got the little clip to hold marker. These are perfect. They also come with the little erasers. Look at that. I also got some gum. It's kind of nice to keep those every now and then. We really don't eat gum very often. I actually found out it's really bad for your stomach because your stomach acids are producing more stomach acid because it thinks you're eating and you're not. So try not to eat it, but occasionally it's there. We got a whole bunch of these, so we're excited about these. These are actually egg holders. So anybody that has a farm and you have your own chickens, it is so nice to have things that hold your eggs. So these are for the ones that are going to go in the fridge, which is going to be the ones that are already washed and cleaned. So that way we just have them ready to go. A lot of the time, if we just have perfect eggs, then we can just keep them out on the counter and everything. And they're not like mucky eggs. But we are going into fall. Fall's rainy, and so there is a chance that we might have some days where there's muddy eggs. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. For the most part, it's really, really good at not having muddy eggs. We try to keep it away from where the muddy walking would happen. They have to walk a ways in order to get to where they're going to lay their eggs. And we keep the straw or hay, depending on which one we're using, clean at all points in time. We switch it out daily if needed, depending on, again, like how wet and mucky it is. Or every other day if it's like in the middle of the dry summer and we don't have to worry about it. So yeah, normally we don't have an issue, but there are occasionally those days to where we just get a ton of rain and everything and it gets mucky. So yeah, these will be really, really nice just in case that happens. If they're too mucky, we don't eat them. We'll just feed them to the animals. The dog, Maverick, he loves it. The cats love it. Oh, okay, well, there's what it looks like on the inside. Didn't even mean to do that. I don't even know why there's these holes here. They do go all the way through. Maybe it's to pull it off. I'm not too sure. But hey, we got those. Excited about that. I also got a whole bunch of meal prepping things because I have celiacs and it has been causing me a whole bunch of issues. I was actually really, really sick for a week, and then about 3-4 weeks ago I was really sick again. And it's just when I'm eating bread and everything like that, and it literally causes massive, massive pain, and I can't keep anything down. I can't eat for a week. It's really bad. So we are trying to do the thing of not even eating bread or anything like that. They say that your body can start to heal itself if you can go 8 months without it. Everything's made out of bread. Everything. So I'm going to do my best. But I'm going to meal prep and just have a whole bunch of ready-made rice dishes and pasta dishes in here. So I just opened these, and they are, let me see, SureFresh brand. So they come in a pack of 3. They have some other ones in there that are like 2-packs and they're whiter. So if you like that rather than the deep ones. But I'm going to meal prep, and then I'll probably keep a whole bunch of them in the freezer. I figure why not. I'm also going to meal prep and put things into plastic baggies. So yeah, that'll be fun. So we got these things, which I am just throwing the lids all over. Okay, what else do we have? We've got, let's see, we got a couple little homeschool activities. They didn't really have very many things. My kiddos are kind of past it, but they're kind of fun. Sometimes they like doing those kind of things. These are some onion rings, and they taste delicious. They're called onions. So those are really good. These are some little pans. So if we go to do any sort of meal prepping or anything like that, we have them. But it's also very helpful when you bring in a new kitten to have something that's a disposable litter box if you need it, if they have any sort of parasites or worms or, you know, anything like that. So that's another use for them if we need them. But we just always keep them in the cupboard in case we need them. They are primarily used for cooking, you know. So, yeah. If you don't have that, you can just do like a little litter box or a bin or something like that. But keep in mind, if there are parasites or anything, you do have to clean it and bleach it and then wash it out with soap so you get rid of the bleach residue and all that stuff. If you guys have ever washed anything with bleach, by the way, you'll notice that like after you rinse it off, you can feel that there's like a slippery residue on there. That's still the bleach chemical that's still on there. So every time after I bleach everything, I always leave it on for 3 minutes or 5 minutes, depending on what I have to sanitize or disinfect or anything, you know. The longer it's on, the more germs it's going to kill and everything. But then afterwards, I go over it with soap to make sure that it gets rid of all of that bleach chemical, especially like on my counters and stuff like that. I can't leave that chemical on my counters. Am I the only one that does this? Every time I see anybody doing the house cleaning and stuff and they're spraying the chemicals all over the counter, and I mostly use vinegar in my house. I do a deep cleaning and everything like that. I will bleach it down, but then I go over it afterwards. After it's sat for long enough and I wipe it down, then I go over it with that soap and water, and I'll do that like 2-3 times until that residue is gone. So I've just found that even when I'm cleaning, if I get even a little bit of bleach on my hands or something, then I go to wash it off, and it's not off the first one. So I have to wash it off again. It's not off the second one. So usually by like the third one, sometimes 4 times, the bleach residue comes off. So am I the only one that does that so that you're not eating chemicals? I don't know. I majored in biology and everything, so I have an understanding that every one of your cells in your body responds to chemicals, and it does things based off of these little chemical signals that are sent. And so when we put artificial chemicals in, then sometimes that might end up confusing your cells. So that's why they have things that are called carcinogens, which means that it's cancer causing. These are chemicals that are cancer causing, or known to cause chemicals. Well, switch that. Known to cause cancers. So yeah, I just try to keep chemicals out of my food, off of my counters, off my floors, because I want to make sure that my animals are healthy and everything. So, am I the only one that does that? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys do that too. I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one that's just like, oh, chemicals. Yeah, I'll just ingest that. That'll be great for me. So, we got a couple of pet blankets for the rescues. So, we are always going through towels and blankets, pet blankets, and all that stuff. We do have an Amazon store, actually. Both Key has one and I have one, and they're set up for just the stuff for the rescue animals. Her thing is tater tots, and then mine is lion hearts, and we work together and everything. But yeah, look at this. So this is dollar store, and it's a little piece of fleece. It's about 28 inches or so. And then we actually get these fleece throws from Walmart as well. So we found that when it comes to cats, kittens, anything, especially baby kittens, they try to like suckle on everything. You have to make sure that you get blankets that aren't going to shed, basically. Where if you're pulling at it, it's not going to have a whole bunch of fibers coming out. And then that way, 1, it's easier to clean. But 2, they're not going to ingest it. So we actually, unfortunately, had that happen with Pumpkin when he very first came in. We thought that he would really like a nice fuzzy blanket, and we've never had the problem before of any of the cats or kittens actually like trying to suckle on the blanket itself. The moment that we noticed that he was suckling on the blanket, we were like, oh no, like this can't happen. So we did switch it out and everything. We haven't used that blanket ever since. But I don't want him ingesting it and having any sort of issues or anything like that. So for any pet, honestly. So fleece is the way to go. If you guys are ever trying to take care of any sort of kittens or even cats or anything like that, it's just really nice. It's comfy for them, easy to clean, and not going to fall apart on you. So a lot healthier. Let's see. So they didn't have any books at the dollar store that were my kid's age, but I did get this 3rd grade workbook. just as like a fun thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a fun activity. These are things that are easy for them to go through, which is good, and that makes it even more fun. But it also can kind of like make it into a game. So I think that that's going to be a lot of fun there. What else did we get? I already talked about the dry erase markers for school. Oh, so we wanted to try these. Never tried these before. These are smoked oysters. It says in sunflower oil, so that'll be interesting. Oh, I didn't even see. With carrots. You might hear somebody singing in the background. It says with carrots, onions, and red chili peppers. I think that's a show in the background or something. There we go. Check these guys out. This is so cute. So these are zipper seal bags. But our family absolutely, we love dogs and we love cats. We love animals in general. We rescued a whole bunch of different animals, a whole bunch of doggos. In fact, actually, quick little story time today. We actually... Yesterday, there was a cat that was out in the Walmart parking lot. And we went out, we put out food and everything. At first, we put out some bacon because that's all we had. And then we came back with food and everything, put food out, water out and everything. Cutest little thing is like not a baby kitten, maybe like a 4 or 5 month old kitten or so, running around this hot parking lot. It was so sad. She looks like she's such a sweet girl. She's probably owned by somebody and then just ended up wandering. Now, there are some apartments and stuff that are not there. They are a distance away. Hopefully, she can just figure out her way to go back, because other than that, there's not really any houses there. But she was the cutest little thing ever. So we were trying to rescue her and everything and gain her trust. We did come back with some traps. We talked to Walmart, and they said it's absolutely fine. Just don't leave them there. We have to stay with the trap and everything, which makes sense. You don't want to leave a trap and then have something happen to the animal or somebody steal it or something. But yeah, so we've gone back several times since then and we have not seen her. We went back 3 times that day and then once today and we didn't see her at all. So we are hoping that she was able to find her way back. There were a lot of people that were around there too. One guy had like a, what is that? The leaf blower and everything like that. So hopefully she didn't get scared off in the wrong direction and hopefully she was just able to find her way back. We are going to keep an eye out for her. We're going to purposely go out that way to keep looking for her too. But then today, my neighbor's dog ended up getting out, and it's not necessarily a rescue, but it's all of us literally running down the road. This dog was a fast doggo. Holy cow, she was fast. So her name is Dixie, and we're just running down the road after her, and she is just... You know how a football player is like running at someone and then they're trying to avoid them, so they're like jumping back and forth and then they go around? That's what she was doing. She was having so much fun trying to just run all over the place and us just running after her. So if you can imagine how funny that looked, us running up and down the road. We had food. We tried everything. And the only thing that stopped her, she actually went to a house, which is so funny because when our dog got out a long time ago, he also went to this house. Back when our dog went there, there were huskies there, but that person does not live there anymore. So the new person that moved in, the neighbor's dog went over to this guy's house where there used to be huskies, and now he actually has this cute little Australian Shepherd. We rescued his Australian Shepherd about maybe a month and a half ago or so. This guy had just moved in, and like, we didn't know it at all, but all of a sudden, I'm out by the road, and I just see this doggo just booking it down the road. And it was little. He looked like he was, like, maybe, not an older puppy, like a small child puppy age. Oops, sorry. That's a bunch of bags.
Sorry.
Oh, thank you. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, this dog is going to get hit by a car. And so what we automatically do is immediately go and try, like, help the dog and get the dog back because we don't want anything bad happening. And we eventually got this dog back, the Australian Shepherd and everything. And we're holding on to him and we're like, oh, he has a number. Okay. We have the phone in our hands and we're about to hit send to call the number on the caller. And this guy literally comes jogging down the road. And then he's like, oh, you got him. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So his name, if I'm recalling correctly, was Riley. And his owner was just like, Thank you so much. We just moved in, you know. He doesn't know his way around here or anything. So the door was left open for 0.2 seconds and he booked it, you know, like young puppy's like, oh, yay, this is fun. And so he was really grateful about it. It all happened so fast, we didn't catch it on camera at all. Same thing with today. I was more focused on trying to save the animal rather than trying to film it. But it was just so funny because today, the only reason why we got Dixie back is because she went and visited the dog that we rescued before. So
double rescue.
Those are like mini rescues. A big rescue is something along the lines where like the animal is really, really lost. There's about 3 months ago or so, there was this little schnauzer that was running around the neighborhood, running across the road, walking in the middle of the road and everything. And it was like nighttime. And we're like, oh my gosh, is she okay? And so we stop and we're looking and everything like that. And there's no people around. I know, buddy, it's coming. I know. He's like, I want my food now. It's coming, sweetheart. But yeah, nobody's around her or anything like that. And so we're kind of like following her a little bit just to see, does she go home? Does she anything? And she's not. So I roll down the window and I'm, you know, telling her like, go home, sweetie, go home, just in case. By the way, that's a really good command to teach your dog if you ever go out for a walk. As you're turning around and you're coming back and you're kind of close to your house, teach your dog like, okay, let's go home, go home. And then you show your dog the way back to home. And then after they get in there, you say, good boy or good girl, and give them a treat and everything. And then what happens is over time, you actually want them to pull you to go home so that they know the way home. And then you can do it from further and further away from home as you're out on your walk. And that way they recognize the way home. Keep in mind, a scared animal is not going to be thinking of which direction is home. They're just going to bolt. So it's always a good thing to teach them, and hopefully they're not in like a terrified state. But yeah, this little gray schnauzer and everything's running around. She's so cute. Nobody's there. She's not going to any house or anything. She looks like she's looking for home. Oh, can you grab this?
Yeah, I got it.
There you go. And so we go to help her. We get up out of the vehicle and everything, and she is just terrified. And that's really weird because I'm the type of person, well, all my family actually, where animals just love us. They usually just magnet to us.
They really
they're attracted. Yeah, they're attracted to like, I guess the positive energy that we give off and everything. So to see her just run, we're very calm, we're very happy, we're very nice, and I think they can kind of sense that. So to have a dog that does not actually come up to us or anything like that means that they're in a very terrified state. And when they're like that, you have to go off of smell. And so if you ever lose your dog or anything like that and you're calling their name and they're running from you, that means that they're still in that terrified state. It's like a fight or flight kind of thing. It's like this switch where all of a sudden they don't recognize you. Go by smell. Try to, if you can, sit down and let them smell you. We've actually had a cat where I've literally seen it happen. Absolute sweetest cat in the world, and literally got out and was so terrified. Did not recognize the owner at all. At all. And then it was only when the owner went and sat down and was gently saying their name, not in because they can feel how you're feeling. So they just stayed really calm, but they were just saying their name and everything. And then you can see the cat start to sniff the air. And then it was all of a sudden like a switch back on. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's you. And she came running up and everything. She's just loving all over him and everything. But prior to that, she just kept running away because she's so scared. So it's huge. It's absolutely huge. So with the schnauzer, we were trying to do all of those things. Oh, can you hold off on that for a minute so it's not crinkling? There you go. We were trying to do all of those things. We were trying to go off of sound. We were trying to say, go home, like show us where your home is or anything. We're trying to call her over to us or anything. We're trying to use food. We, of course, are not their owner, so we don't have their owner's smell, you know. So we went ahead. We could not catch her for the life of us at all. You don't want to, like, chase after them. You don't want to scare them. This one lady came up and we were like, oh, hey, is that your dog? And she says, nope, but I can grab him. And she just booked it after the poor dog. And the dog freaked out and ran away. And
I know that one.
Yeah, remember? And everything like that. And then she's like, oh, well, I couldn't catch him. And she just goes back into the house. I'm like, that didn't help. We appreciate it, but that actually made it worse. So at that point in time, she wanted nothing to do with us. She was staying far away. So we had taken her picture, and we posted it up. And it turns out, actually, her owners ended up finding her. She was far from home. She was way further to the south than where her home was supposed to be. So, because we had posted it, we posted the area and everything, and she was just hanging out there, they were able to get her dog back, which is amazing. It was a cute little elderly couple, and they were able to get their dog back and everything, got her into safety, and she has medications that she had to take. She was apparently gone for an entire week before that. A week. Poor girl. No food, no water, no nothing. And then even when we were offering her food and water, she would not take it. She's just so scared. So keep that in mind as that ever happens. But that's something that I would consider like a full-on rescue situation. You know, like where we are constantly trying to go out and get their owner to come out, so that once again, it was the smell thing. As soon as she smelled them, then that's when she was okay with them.
Oh, I just remembered one. Once you're done, I'll tell.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like today was not like a full-on rescue. It was a very short rescue, just helping the neighbors get the dog back and everything. Mm-hmm. And we like those. Those ones are the really good ones. We like any of them where honestly we can get them back to their owner, and they're just so happy to see their owner every time. So, which one do you have?
So
turn into a story time from shopping. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I remember there was this one 4th of July year where we all were on a drive while all the fireworks are going off.
All the fireworks.
We were just getting back home after we went shopping or something like that. But then we saw this dog on the side of the road running around. Like, oh, it was a big dog. I'm pretty sure it was black and white.
Like a dark brown and white, yeah.
Yeah, I know he was white at least.
It was like a Australian Shepherd.
Yeah, he was running around, and he was.
Well,
she was running around, but she was not the biggest dog. She was probably
she was a medium.
She's
a little bigger than medium.
Medium, like a little bit medium. She was about as tall as our old dog. But we drove around trying to follow her.
No,
not follow her. But
we didn't drive around. I pulled off of the street, and then Key got out to go and see if she's okay and see if she had a tag or anything like that. By the way, always get your dog a tag. Always, always, always. Microchip them if you can. That also really, really helps.
She ran down to an edge of the street where there was a house, another house. So she stopped there. Then that's when we drove there. Then we got out. That's what made me drive around.
Oh, yeah.
But then we got out, put her in our trunk because we didn't know if she was okay with kids. So then we went back home looking all over. I forget the website we went on, but
well, hold on. So we couldn't find her home. We went around to a couple of different houses and everything, and nobody. They said that wasn't their dog, but also they had no idea where she had come from. And so the only other thing that I could think of is to just bring her in my vehicle so that she's safe and not running around the roads getting almost hit by cars and everything. So as soon as I opened up the back, she really wanted to get in there. She was super excited. She didn't want to leave our sides or anything like that. She kind of knew that we were going to help her. And so I opened up the back, and she's just an older dog. So I had to very carefully help her up and in, and I was very gentle with her, moved her very slowly and everything. And I could just see from the way that she was moving, she was a little bit stiffer and everything like that. So I can recognize like an older dog that you just have to be way more gentle with. So we loaded her up in the vehicle, and then we did drive her home so that we could go look online and everything and see if anybody was missing any of their dogs. So go ahead from there.
Then I'm pretty sure someone texted us about a thing. I don't fully remember it.
We put up a post again to let everybody know, hey, we found this dog. Whenever we do that, we do not put up exactly what the dog looks like or anything like else. What we want is for the owner to identify what the dog looks like and give us details about like what they look like and everything. That way it's not a fake person claiming that it's their dog when it's not. Yeah. So if they contact us and then they say, hey, it's this kind of a dog, this breed of a dog, these kind of markings and everything like that, we know, oh yeah, that's definitely their dog. But if they're like, oh, yeah, it's like a brown dog. Oh, okay, well, what color? Oh, I don't know. Oh, okay, well, any markings or anything like that? When, like, the dog does have markings and they're like, oh, I don't know, it's just a brown dog. Then we're like, it could be a fake person just trying to get an animal for free, and that's can sometimes be bad. There's a lot of bad people out there that do bad things. So yeah, you are right. We put that ad in, and then somebody reached out to us, and what'd they say?
I didn't see it at all.
Oh, well, they said they identified her and all of her markings and everything. They also let us know that she's an older dog and that she is not okay with children. And that was kind of made apparent when we put her in the back. We have an SUV and everything like that. And my kids love dogs and everything like that. Yes. But she was a little standoffish towards my son. And it's just because she was older. And I'm not sure exactly what ended up happening to her. But there was just something that was about children and everything. I think because she's older, she's hurting and everything. She's in pain. So the owners also let us know that she had had hip surgery, which is why she was moving around so stiffly and everything. And also the reason why I'm very glad that I was very gentle in picking her up and put her in. She's very lightweight, So she did really, really well. So then we went and drove up to their house, and they were a ways away. I don't know how to explain it. But they weren't like all the way across town, but they were a ways away.
Yeah.
And what they said was, and this happens to a lot of dogs around the 4th of July, and whenever they have fireworks and everything, is that when the fireworks go off, the dogs just get terrified. So do cats. So it's always a good idea to have them inside and try to have them in a room to where, like, the noise and everything's not going to get to them. Try to have them on, like, the TV, the radio, fans for background noise. Fans are really great, like, especially box fans. They're really great at keeping the noise out. So we would always highly recommend doing that. Keep them inside and everything like that. Some people, their animals are just so bad that they will start trying to tear through a wall. Keep them in a crate if need be. The crate should always be a good thing. It should always be like their nice, safe place that they love to go. Kind of like if you had a bedroom growing up and you just love to hang out in your bedroom. If you make it into a bad thing, like, oh, you're punished, go to your crate or something. Or kennel. They're not going to love it. And so with my dogs, I've always just had a thing where their kennel is always open and they love going in there. Their dog bed's in there. Their toys are in there. And they just really enjoy it. It's like nice and comfortable for them. But the door's open so they can come in and out, and it's not an issue at all. Make it a good thing. They'll love it, and they'll be so much happier from it too. It's like a little cave. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So we go up and we bring her back and everything like that. And as soon as she saw the house, she knew. She knew she was home and everything. And the owners came rushing out and everything. And they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like, they are just so happy to get her back. And we very carefully went and got her out and everything like that. She came up to each one of us to tell us goodbye. And even though that she had a hard time with kids, you want to tell them?
She went up. So when we got there, I had to get up to the front seat just in case. So I was in the front part of the seat. Then the dog, after greeting everyone, I kind of forgot what to say. After greeting everyone, they went up to the door, like, thanking me too.
Yeah. She went up to his door and she's like, bye, thank you so much. It was the sweetest thing. Mm-hmm. She came around to say thank you to us. I'm not kidding. We let her out. She got so excited all over her owner, just so happy, giving kisses all over and everything. And the lady was so happy. But then the most remarkable thing, she comes up to say thank you to me and to the family and even to my son when she doesn't like kids. So that was really, really cool. Dogs have a lot more emotion than people give them credit for. All animals do. Mm-hmm. Absolutely all animals do. When they're out in nature and they have like this fight or flight, like I said, it is like this switch where they are a totally different animal. But once you can bring them inside and they feel safe, they don't feel like they're being hunted or attacked. Or even like if it's cats and there's a fellow cat that's just being mean. We've actually had some that have kind of been tyrants and like chased off all the other cats out of the yard. Eleanor, Luigi. Yep. And we've just very gently tell them no. And in the moment while it's happening, we tell them no, and we're assertive about it and everything like that. But after it's all over and everything, we let it go and we just say hi and everything the normal way. And that's because that's what they do out in nature and everything. And they're not tyrants anymore. They are actually very, very friendly. And it's so cute because Luigi, who used to chase off everybody, she not only trusts, but she loves all of the other cats out there. She's giving them loves and she's rubbing on them and everything. It is the coolest thing. So you guys, if you ever see any animals that are acting different out there, once you have them come inside and everything, it is completely, completely different. So, I don't know. They have a lot more emotional depth than a lot of people give them credit for. Another thing I will say is be nice to your animals. Treat your animals like you would want to be treated. The nicer you are to them, the nicer they are to you. The more they'll trust you. Trust is a huge thing. If you do something that's going to hurt them, they're going to lose trust for you. And their behavior is not going to be the same. Animals will absolutely go to the ends of the earth for you and just love all over you and be your best friend forever. But if you go and you hurt them, then they're going to lose that trust. And then they're not going to want to be around you and love all over you. And sure, they might listen to you because they fear you. But honestly, they're only doing it because they have to. Can you imagine an animal that absolutely loves you so much they want to? They want to do it for you. If you treat your animals well, like with us, we are always kind to our animals. Even if another one is being mean or something like that, never hit them, never hurt them, never, raise anything to them. Just be nice. Mm-hmm. And that goes for people too. People want to be treated the same exact way. You know in your heart what feels good, what doesn't. And when you are being treated nicely and everybody's being friendly and they love you, it feels really good. When people are being mean and they're not treating you nicely, especially if they're abusive or hitting or hurting or verbally abusive or like anything like that, it doesn't feel good. And therefore, you're going to react the same way. And yeah, I get it. We all can be tough and everything like that. We all are tough. But it doesn't have to be that way. And so what we do in our life is we're very assertive to make sure that everybody that's in our life is treating us well. And we are definitely treating other people well. Absolutely. If they're not, we don't have them in our life. If they're toxic people, we don't have them in our life. So same thing, that's the rules that we apply also to the way that we treat our animals and everything like that, is that we treat them well. We are not going to be mean to them. We're not going to tease them. We're not going to hurt them. We are going to treat them very nicely. We're just going to show them love and kindness. And because of that, a lot of these animals that we're rescuing and everything will come up to us because they can feel that about us. They can sense that about us. So, yeah, a lot of really, really great things. I would say another one that I absolutely love is, we called him Miku. Miku. He was so cute. His rescue, real quick.
His name was
another unboxing.
Twitch.
His name was Twitch, yeah, from his owners. We found that out later. But when we didn't know it, we called him Miku because he was so cute. Unboxing real quick. Wait, not unboxing. Shopping haul. We got this little toy for Pumpkin. Since he liked the other one, we don't know which one he'll actually like even more. And so we got the cats, a whole bunch of cat balls, and the ones with the bells and everything like that. I'm not sure which one that Pumpkin's going to like the most. So we're going to show them all to him, and he gets to pick out his toy. And then the other ones, we actually have Peach and Daisy, so they are going to get to be able to pick out their toy. And Tater and Hagrid, and Sully Wazowski. And then, exciting news. Reese got a home, and he's absolutely loving it. He's doing really, really well. He's such a love bug. Oh my gosh. We feel really, really good about it because the family themselves is just a really calm, laid back, easygoing family. They're very kind to each other. They're very nice to each other. And they treat the animals the way that they would want to be treated. So that's really, really cool. We feel really great about it. And we miss him so much, but we're so glad that he was able to find a home. It's awesome. So, we do have our other, we call them the sweet kittens or the medium kittens because they're a little bit older than Peach and Daisy. And, oh, looks like Blue's got some money.
It's just fake money.
He's got some money. We got some of this so we can have some fun with school stuff and learning finances and how to budget things, how to buy things.
And definitely, I don't know.
How to save.
I know. I already do save a lot.
Yeah.
But clearly not everybody has probably a $20, $100 bills and $20, $50 bills
Oh.
and 20 of every type of bill.
Can you imagine if that was all real? Holy cow.
You could actually turn it into real.
Money, money, money.
Imagine you could literally just sell like 20 versions of each type of money just for $1.
That'd be crazy.
Anyway.
So getting back to Twitch or Miku Miku. I was driving home in winter. It was snowing. The road was very icy.
Mm.
And as I'm driving down the road, this tiny, I thought it was a cat at first. It turned out to be a puppy, is running down the road at me. Now, there's not houses or anything like that at all, except for further up. So this little guy had run for quite a while. And I immediately pulled over and I'm like, oh my goodness. And I jump out and this little guy comes running straight up to me, begging for help. It is snowing. It is freezing. And this little guy, he had been shaved so that his fur was very, 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 very short. And he's a puppy. So he's already having a hard time being able to control his temperature and everything like that. So cute. Sweetest little sweetheart. So I get him inside of the car. And I have the heater on, and I put him inside of my coat, and I just wrapped my sweatshirt and my coat and everything up over him, and he is shaking and shivering, and he just curls up into a little tiny ball, and he's just giving me kisses and giving me kisses, like, thank you so much, thank you so much. And I'm looking around, because there's no houses or anything. I'm like, where in the world did this puppy just come from? What is going on? And as I'm, like, literally looking at him, I see blood, and blood got on my hands, and, I found that there was like a little blood spot that was on him. And I'm like, oh my gosh, who did this to this puppy? I am not okay with people mistreating animals or anything like that. I didn't know if it was people. I didn't know if it was another animal that did it to him. I didn't know if maybe as he was running out down the road or whatever, if he had run into something that hurt him. But here I am going, oh my gosh, like this little guy needs help. And so, as I got into the car and everything, and I'm trying to warm him up, I know that I need more heat and everything than that. And so, I drove home as quickly as I could. And my number one thing was to try to get this little guy stable because his body was cold. He wasn't producing his own heat, which means that he had been out there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, or longer. I don't even know how long he was out there. And, so we got, hot water, we got hot puppy food, we got, hot water bottle, the rubber ones and everything like that. And I literally sat over the heater and I had him up against my chest. And then I had my sweatshirt and everything over him. I had the hot water bottle right underneath of like the side of him. And I had my coat over that. And then we just had blankets and everything. And his head was poking out so he could get fresh air. But I was making sure that he was warm enough and everything. But not too hot because I was also under there. And everything. And I am not even kidding you when I say I sat with that puppy all night long. And my back was killing me. My bones were aching. Everything. There was a point in time where I was wondering if he was going to make it. And I don't think that way. I don't normally think anything like that. I'm like, heck yeah, we're going to make it. We're going to get through this thing. I'm a very determined individual.
Even going over the heater,
yeah,
he was still cold for like 2 hours.
He was lethargic. He wasn't moving around for very, very much or anything. But he wasn't getting worse. So as I'm sitting over the heater and everything, he's kind of holding still with everything. And it gets to a point to where I'm almost like, we might need to go into like the emergency vet. Like this might need to happen. And I'm not even kidding you. I look down and I talk to him and I say, hey buddy, you're going to make it through this, okay? You're going to get all better. You're going to get all better. And he looks up and then he gives me little kisses and everything like that. And from that moment, his little tail, wag, 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 little tiny, tiny little wags. This is a tiny puppy. And as his tail is starting to wag and everything like that, and he's starting to get just a little bit more energy and everything, and I'm telling him, that's a good boy, that's a good boy, he starts to finally come around. And we're talking, this is about like 3:30 in the morning. And he's finally starting to come around. He's finally starting to do better. He's finally starting to pick up that energy. And he ate some of the warm food, but not enough. But when he started to come back around, he actually started to eat that food. And man, did he wolf that down like he hadn't eaten in ages. He was so hungry. And then for the water and everything like that, we made sure that it was just room temperature water, so it's not going to cool him down or anything. And he started to drink that. And then he starts to drink more and everything. And I want to say probably within about 20-25 minutes or so, he's starting to warm back up. His body temperature and everything is starting to warm back up. He's starting to come around. He's starting to come back, which is awesome. Wonderful. And we're so excited. And eventually, probably about 30 minutes or so, he is up. He's playing. He's doing puppy pounces. And mind you, he's still a little slow, but he's doing puppy pounces. He's so happy. He's running up, giving kisses, and running away, you know? And so we kept keeping him warm and everything like that. And I would just keep him tucked into my sweatshirt. And he had food out so that he could eat whenever he wanted to, and water out. Because when they're that cold, we just wanted to make sure that he's actually putting food in his belly. And he did good. He ate. It was really, really good. He didn't overeat. That's another thing that you have to watch out for, especially with puppies and stuff like that, is that make sure that they don't overeat. And everything. And so he did so well. It was the middle of the night. We were absolutely tired. We start trying to look through on Craigslist or, you know, all of those different places and everything to see if anybody has anything posted for a missing animal, missing dog, or anything. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing that mentions any dog that looks like this guy. I would say looks very similar to this guy here, except for black and white, and the ears were up. It was so cute. Oh my gosh. He was so floofy. And so it was so late and everything, and we're trying to look through, but we're so tired.
Did he have a little vest on?
He had a very thin...
Yeah, a very thin, like plaid, I think.
I don't... No, it was camo. It was a camo, like green army camo. A little tiny shirt, but it was so thin. It wasn't going to hold any heat in or anything. And so after a long time of searching and everything like that, and we couldn't find anything, then we went and got his picture and we put it up and put it on like as many different websites as we could. We're starting to fall asleep. And so he actually...
Mustache.
Blue has a mustache. It's a onion ring? Funyun ring?
It does.
Onions.
Onion flavored rings.
So normally with puppies, you have them have their own area and everything like that. But when there's a puppy that's not holding its heat and everything like that, I will keep them with me to make absolutely sure. And that's where you put it like right up against either your skin, or maybe you have a shirt and then have the puppy or the kitten right up against you and underneath your coat. If you have another heat source, especially for like kittens and stuff, they need a little bit warmer. Like a hot water bottle or something like that. That also can help a lot. Might even work a little bit better. Might be warmer than your body temperature. But yeah, so I had him here in my bed, and my kids were so concerned and everything. They're all sitting there at the end of the bed, and they've got their pillows and everything. And they're just like, well, we're just going to set up a little bed out here on the floor. But honestly, nobody even made it anywhere. We're just sitting there watching him. So I'm sitting up, I'm holding him. And a lot of times with puppies, you have to get up every couple of hours, and they're peeing and pooping all over. They're running all over. They're not going to stay where you are or anything. I am not even kidding you when I say that this puppy was the sweetest, most well-behaved puppy that I've ever seen. He did so great. He stayed right up there with us. He didn't want to leave. He was so, so, so grateful to be okay. And he slept really, really well, and he just gave kisses to wake us up in the morning and everything, which was perfect. He was saying, hey, I gotta go potty.
Oh yeah,
and
I remember.
his body, he was all back.
He went puppy pounce mode.
Yep, puppy pounce mode.
Like at the night, he was like,
yep,
pounce, pounce.
Yep.
Pounce.
Oh, and we made him a little toy. It was this little crinkle toy. It had a little piece of bottle in it, and it was inside of a baby sock. Nobody's ever used the baby sock. I forget what we got it for. It was for, I think it was for something we needed for the chickens or something like that. But it was just brand new little pack of baby socks, and turned it into a tiny little crinkle toy. And he loved that thing so much. And yeah, so he was starting to get his body temperature back, and he was doing really, really great. And he was just so tiny. The other thing that we did too was we made him these little miniature clothes to keep him warm, because for some odd reason it was the middle of winter and they had shaven him. And so, you know, we wake up, we're taking him out to go potty, and he's just doing really great. It's back when we had our Dookie dog. And Duke was such a good boy. Oh my god, he is such a good boy still. You know, he has since passed, but back then, he just sat there being like the sweetest uncle to him, and just being super gentle because he's such a tiny puppy. And he's pouncing around and pouncing around. He's like, oh wait, I have to potty, I forgot. So he goes potty and everything, and he's just doing really great. And then he's like, okay, I'm all done, and we go back inside and make sure that he's all nice and warm. And he goes up, he's eating his food, like he's just having a grand old time, and he's wagging all over. He's just so happy. So we check for anybody that's responded to our post. We check for more posts showing anybody missing any animals or anything like that at all. There's nothing. Well, we do see a vehicle go by. And so we run outside, because we're literally like, oh my gosh, are they like calling out for their dog? Because normally if you're missing an animal, especially a dog, you would either be walking to go and find your animal, or if you're driving very slowly, your windows are down, and you're calling their name. Because how are they going to come back to you if you're not calling their name?
Silver.
Yeah. So as it's going by and everything like that, it's not driving very slowly at all. It's like driving a normal 35 miles an hour. And we're like, oh, well, that's really fast. Their windows aren't down. They're not calling out their name or anything like that at all. And we're like, oh, okay, well, maybe that's not somebody looking for their dog. Like, we didn't recognize a vehicle coming down our street, and normally we recognize them all. But then they come back down the other way, and we're out there, and we wave, you know, and everything, and they just keep driving, you know. And we're like, oh, okay, well, that must not be them then. Okay. We all go back inside, and, you know, just everything. So eventually it turns into where I end up having to go to work. And as I'm talking to people at work, people are literally saying like, oh my goodness, yes, I will. I've got some of the sweetest ladies at work too. They're saying that they were going to knit and crochet him some cute little clothes to keep him warm. One person wanted to make him a little mini hoodie, like a little vest or a sweater with a hoodie and everything. And just the super sweetest thing. So everybody was going to go home and go make them and bring them the next day. Everybody's super supportive. We're all trying to spread the word and everything to see if we can find the owner or anything like that. And, you know, I get home, and it turns out actually while I was gone, my daughter had gotten home from school, and they came around, and apparently they were putting out flyers. And so they had gone and put flyers, I don't remember if it was under windshields or like hanging them on the outside of the mailbox or whatnot. And she goes outside after they had passed our house and everything, and she sees the flyer, and then she's just like, you know, oh my gosh, like this is the dog. This is the dog. This must be their owners. It's the same vehicle that I'd driven by before. And so they drive past, and they go to get out to go to the next house, and she's like, hey, is this your dog? And the girl was just overwhelmed with joy, and she starts crying and bawling her eyes out. She's this younger girl, and she's kind of explaining how she's a younger girl and she didn't get a chance to be at home. So she's, you know, out living on her own, and she's living with somebody else and everything, and she has her dog, and her dog is just bringing her so much joy and everything. And then she left the dog over at her parents' house to be watched.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there were a few different things that ended up happening. She said that they weren't being the nicest to him over there. They said that they had some dogs that kept attacking him. And one of the biggest things was that they said that the dog, at about 6 o'clock, was attacked by one of the other dogs. And so in order to save the dog, they picked him up and chucked him over the fence so that they could stop the bigger dog and go bring him inside. I don't know.
I believe it. I think they just threw the dog over.
They kept telling her that she needs to get rid of the dog, that she's too young for a dog, that she shouldn't have the dog, this, that, and the other thing. And they were very angry that she was asking them to watch her while that she was going to work and everything. Like, she told us all of this. You know, and so I know she absolutely loves her dog, and I really, really, really hope that she was able to get herself into a better situation and her little cute, adorable puppy into a better situation after that. I really, really wish the best for them. And I really hope that it worked out. So when I got home, he was already gone and everything like that, and she kind of explained to me like how happy that she was. And we're really, really glad that we were able to reunite the two of them, because her puppy meant the world to her. And as she's going through a really, really hard time, it was really, really important that she had them. What Key did say is, you know, if you run into any issues or anything like that, if you run into a situation where your landlord won't let you keep the dog, or you don't have anywhere that's able to be babysit for the puppy or anything like that, let us know, because we are more than happy to help out with that. We absolutely, absolutely love this little guy and everything. And so when the conversation ended, they said like, thank you so much, and it was so wonderful, and everybody was all happy and everything. So it ended up being a good thing in the end, and like I said, we just hope that they got into a really, really good situation. So that was another really cool rescue. And I would say another really cool one, just real quick, was people who just moved here. The dog ended up getting out of the yard. They had a fence and everything, and he just muscled his way through. Turns out his name is Jack. He is a pit bull. I love pit bulls. Pitties are like, they have the coolest personality. I love bulldogs. I love pit bulls, and just yeah. Oh, Connie Corsas. Oh my goodness. Yeah, those are amazing dogs too. So, yeah, the first moment he came up, he literally was like, hi! And then he just like a buddy dog came up. Well, he didn't know not to jump up on people, so he jumps up, and this is a big boy. He's not super tall, but he's heavy. Pitties are just full muscle. And so he comes up, he's like, hi! And he like almost knocks us over and everything, because he's just so happy to say hi to us. And we're like, where's your home, buddy? Where's your home? And he's just walking all over and coming back to us, and he's like, I have no idea. I just moved here. I have no idea. We didn't know that at the time. So that one, we actually spent hours and hours with him on a leash, walking him around, because that one was in a neighborhood. And so we were trying to return him to his owner and figure out where in the world he's supposed to go to. Well, that was another one to where we could not find the owner. We posted it all over the place and everything like that. Didn't hear back from the owner until the very end of the next day. And the very end of the next day, he'd been hanging out with us and just having a grand old time and just being really, really good. And so end of the next day happens, and all of a sudden somebody reaches out, and of course we have them, you know, talk about like, okay, well, what markings, what's your dog look like, yada yada. And they told us his name is Jack. And as soon as we said like, oh, is your name Jack? He perks up and he's like, oh, you know my name. And he starts wagging all over. He gets really excited and everything.
Oh, booty wiggles.
Oh, yeah. And they fully identified him and everything. And we were like, oh, okay, well, where are you? It turns out that literally Jack was pretty far away from home. But when we went walking for hours and hours and hours, while we were walking, we were pretty close to Jack's house. And Jack turned around and led us the complete opposite direction. Squirrel moment, all the way. He literally was like, oh, this is so cool. We're going for a walk. Oh, wait, what's that over there? And we were so close to his house. I don't know if he would have recognized it because they literally had just moved there the day before. And so, as soon as we get there, back to their house and everything, he's so wagging as soon as he sees them. They come outside, and the wife absolutely loves him. The husband also loves him as well, but you could tell, like, he's a mama's boy, 100,000%. He's wagging all over the place. We open the door, he bolts outside, goes and runs up to them, and she's crying, and she's just overjoyed with all these tears and everything, and, you know, they're both thanking us so much for bringing him back home, and they kind of explain, they just moved. They just did a long, long move and everything, and when they got him up here, they thought that he'd be just fine inside the fence. He muscled his way out of it. They had no idea that he was going to be able to do that. Secure your fences. Always secure your fences, especially if it's a new place. And then go around with your dog on a leash. And it takes about a week or 2 weeks for an animal to really accustom themselves. So that's why we say, like, keep your cats inside, especially if you first get them. If you have to have them outside, which we really don't recommend, keep them inside for 2 weeks so that they actually know that that's home. And then when you very first let them out, bring them out with you, carry them so that they can kind of know what's around, you know, and everything. Don't bring them too far away from the home, and then have them come back in. And then they start to recognize, oh, this is my front porch. Okay, oh, this is the front of my house. This is the side of my house, you know, and then that way they know where they are instead of just getting so excited and seeing something, squirrel moment, go running down the road, and then they're like, oh, well, now I have no idea where I am. So that will stop a lot of people from losing their pets and everything if you do that. Highly, highly recommend. Yeah, Jack was another fun one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember there was this. We found a dog. I forget. I don't remember what it looked like. It looked like Twitch, but it was not. It was. We found him. I don't fully remember it because he was way back.
Long time ago?
Yeah, but I remember when
we've rescued a lot of animals.
I remember when we got into their house, the dog peed right away because I was scared there were other people.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that one was a sad one.
We were wishing that we just like, if they don't like you that much, that he literally just got so scared that he peed himself because,
yeah,
like, I don't know, but if normal people who
that's
are
a rough
no,
one.
don't do that, the dog wouldn't pee over that. Abusive beating of the dog shall pee over that.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. If your dog's running down the road or something like that, one, definitely super important. Teach your dog the command come, and make sure to give them a treat for it and everything. Every time they come, you can start from short, literally right in front of them, and say come, and then as soon as they literally like, oh, they smell the treat in your hand and everything, you say good boy or good girl and give it to them, and then they associate come with treat. Oh, okay, cool. And then you start to just work your way backwards, getting a little further away from them, and then they have to come to you. Every time that you say their name and come, then they come over to you and they get a treat. Super, super handy. But you don't want to get angry. And I understand, like, it can be really frustrating as you're trying to stop your dog, especially if they're running around traffic or running away from you. You want to stay positive. Mm-hmm. The reason being is if you're angry, your dog's going to feel it. Regardless of if you're saying anything angry or not, your dog's going to feel it. So just try to keep yourself happy of being like, okay, let's go here. Say some of their favorite words. Toy, food, grandma, park. You want to go for a ride? Things like that. So that hopefully your dog will come back over to you and everything. If you're angry, like, you can imagine if you're out and everything like that, and then all of a sudden these people are running around angry after you. Get back here, blah, blah, blah. No, bad dog. You're not going to want to stop. So neither are they. But if you're happy and you're just saying like, oh, hey, yeah, this is dog park. You want to go for a dog park? You want to go for a ride? And your dog's like, oh, I love those things. They're going to come back over to you. They're going to want to jump into the car or whatever it is. So it just really helps, like, as you're going to do things, as you go for a ride in the car and everything, say those words, and they'll know exactly what it means. Duke used to absolutely love I'd get home. That's the funniest thing. I'd get home, and he was always at that fence. Always at the fence. And he's just wagging and so happy. I'm like, hey, buddy. And then I have to, like, go open up the gates. And he'd come around. He'd say hi and just give me kisses and everything and rub all over and just wagging all over the place. And then I'd say, oh, okay, you want to go for a ride? Because as soon as I'd open that door, he's like, yes, I'm in, you know? So I'm like, okay, you want to go for a ride? And so sometimes if we had the time to, we'd go for a short little drive, right? Maybe like down the street or something like that. He just was overjoyed with it. Mm-hmm. But even if we couldn't, even if I had a whole bunch of stuff that I had to get done, it was time sensitive, me just pulling into that driveway, he was so overjoyed that he got to go for a ride. I'm like, good boy, and we go to get out of the car and everything like that. And he is just having the grandest time of his life. So he didn't leave the yard on his own or anything, but if he ever did, saying something like, you want to go for a ride? Oh, some of his favorite words. So get your dog used to stuff like that. And they'll come to you. They'll happily come to you. Mm-hmm. And that's one of those things, like, just, be happy. And then once you get them back, stay happy. Because if you're angry when they're back, the next time they're going to be like, oh, I'm not coming back to you, because as soon as I came back to you, then you got mad at me. So instead say, good boy, good boy.
And they don't know how.
Good boy, you came to me. Good boy, come. Like, they came back to you. So be happy with that. Even though it's frustrating, got to run up and down the roads. We did plenty of that today.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that they came back.
Yeah, you always want to be happy. And they don't know. All they know is that they're walking in this new area. Mm-hmm. If you think of what they did out in the nature of them being wolves, they were always in a new environment. Yes, they had their own little cave section, but then when they ran to go hunting, they always saw something new. Yep. But if you think, like, oh, we're just going out for a walk, we're going out to play, we're going out to do whatever you want to do. Mm-hmm. They're not knowing that, oh, wait, I'm not going to do this, so I want to. They're just thinking, oh, it's just this. Like, oh, there's a squirrel in the tree. I'm going to try to get it.
There's a squirrel in the tree. And by the way, it's never too late, too. The whole saying of you can always teach a new, or you can't teach a new, wow. Hold on, I'm getting that backwards.
Teach an old dog a new trick.
There we go. Thank you. That's not true. I have trained many, many, many dogs over my lifetime. And young, old, anything, dogs can always learn. And it's a thing where constantly they can learn new things and everything like that. They enjoy it. It works their brain. So always a good thing. Mm-hmm. Key went and fed Pumpkin, but then she went and brought him back in here. So I think, because we were doing this, he hasn't had his playtime yet. So you guys, we're going to go ahead and let him out so that he can play. Look, we got his toy for him. See if he likes this one. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. Is he going to like this? We call them hammies, but it does have a tail. So I think this one's like a little mouse. Or is he going to like the Petco ones that we got? There's like a little donut and a little coffee, which is super cute. And then there's also like a little mouse, but he's kind of fuzzier than this.
Yeah, he has these little strands.
Yeah, they're like thick strands, though. So it's not going to get stuck in his mouth or anything. So let me know in the comments down below. All right, well, I hope you guys like this. I think, oh, the only thing that I didn't go over, woo! Every 4th of July and every Halloween and everything like that, I usually just go to the dollar store and I get my kids these glow-in-the-dark necklaces. And the reason for that is it makes it a lot easier to see everybody as they're walking around. You can see exactly where everybody is. Very nice. It's a lot of fun. They have a lot of fun with it.
This year, I'm going to be wearing a Among Us costume, so I don't know how it's going to work that well. I might have to put it over my Among Us costume head.
Yeah. They had a lot of fun with that. They played the basic Among Us and everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just remembered something. We have a cool little new costume for my Among Us thing.
Oh, it's a little mask thing. And it glows in the dark, and he's going to go ahead and paint it black and everything, which will be really fun. But, yeah, if you guys haven't seen those videos, too, I actually need to post more of them. I have a whole bunch of videos. I posted one of them, which is absolutely hilarious. Go check those out. Those are so funny. They go, like, running around, then they run into each other and fall over. It's hilarious. All right, so we got those, and then last but not least, this isn't dollar store, but we did get 3 pillows.
Lovely.
Yeah, lovely. So we got Mainstays brand, and what is it? Comfort Complete. So these are not super expensive pillows.
Probably about $3.
$3.99, I want to say, or something like that. So they're not super expensive, but they do work really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need a certain type of pillow for your head and everything like that, definitely go get that. But for what we use these for, these are basically just for relaxing, leaning back on and stuff like that for back support. These are perfect.
Oh.
So we got about 3 of those. Not too bad. Yeah, super, super excited. All right. Thank you to everybody who has been following along. And, another item. There's another bag over here. So we got a kitty litter scoop. This is for Pumpkin specifically. The vet visit went really, really great. Everybody loved him so much so they wanted to just bring him around the whole vet clinic, and everybody's like, he's so cute. Got dollars in there. That's where Alex put his play money. Yeah, we got these little metal pencil cases and stuff. But everybody at the vet absolutely loved him. They were so amazing. They just are such a great staff there. We absolutely love them. Yep, he got his socks, which is a lot of fun.
These.
Oh yeah, check this out. This is actually a really good little dog brush. Dollar store, $1.25. The reason why we got this is because we have actually lost Maverick's brush. I have no idea where it went to. I don't know that that's sticky enough for his fur. Anybody that's owned a German Shepherd knows they shed a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. We have taken off so much fur while he's in his shedding, like right after wintertime when he's like dropping his coat.
Made a mini Mav.
It made a mini Mav. It did. It looked like it could be a small puppy in there. So I'm not sure how well this will do because the bristles are a little bit shorter. But this is good quality. This is really good quality. And it's got like a rubbery handle so you can hold on to it and everything.
After these socks, these socks.
So Key picked these out. These are knee highs. And she's literally like, look at these knee highs. Is this a snowman? Or something else? It's got bat wings? Or is it like a wizard? It's got a wizard hat? Or is it a witch but it's missing the brim of the hat? Oh, but this seems to be like a witch that's over here. And, so maybe she's the witch and she's got like her little pigtails. But then what's going on with Frankenstein over here? Where's his eyes? What's going on with it? And then as I'm sitting there looking at it, I realize I think these are like the little gnomes and these are like their little beard and mustache. Beard and mustache. That's the only thing that I can think of, but he still has no eyes, so I'm not entirely too sure. But yeah, they're super, super cute. This is Happy Halloween.
Got this.
Oh yeah, so this is gonna be a whoops. Okay, so this is gonna be a little sign thingy that I'm gonna put together. Oh, check these out. They have actually some really good gloves.
These are my favorite.
Yeah. These are these are called magic gloves. They actually have some texting gloves in there where literally you can wear your gloves and you can text at the same time. You can use your phone. It works through them, which is amazing. So these ones do not do that. However, they have the multiple layers.
I pointed out these.
So see, you've got yes. So you've got the inside glove right there. And then right here is the fingerless part. And what I'm going to do is take the texting gloves as the inner glove. And then we put the fingerless gloves over the top of it to be even warmer, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. So, super, super nice. They're also nice, too, when we have to go outside and, like, work with the chickens or something like that to where you want your fingers free. You don't want to get, like, the germs and bacteria and everything all over your gloves because that's kind of gross. But, yeah, super, super nice. These things are the cutest things. Oh, my gosh. So, these are little mats. And they're in the shape of like a little kitty. Look at them. So cute. Wait, they actually have eyes on here. And for some odd reason, this one doesn't show up. But there are little eyes. See? Little eyes. So cute. So A lot of people would use these as like for their pet bowl and everything, but our cats absolutely love laying on these. So at the dollar store, if you go ahead and get like a little basket that's about like this tall and maybe 12 or 16 inches, depending on how big your cat is and everything like that. And then you put one of these in the bottom of it. They absolutely love it. It's like a If I Fits, I Sits, where they sit in the boxes and everything. Mm-hmm. They absolutely love it.
But
and so...
it's lovable.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we got another one of these little mats for them. And... Is that it? What are these? Oh, we got some paintbrushes. Yep. Need some paintbrushes. We got some Halloween arts and crafts coming up, which we'll probably be sharing. Yep. I got wood cut out because look, it's a lion. So we're going to do like a lion silhouette.
Weird looking.
Got the crown. Gotta love it.
Then we got sardines for the cats.
We got sardines for the cats. So we're going to be giving this to the cats. And Key says that it's a really good source of taurine and everything for them. So that'll be a really nice little treat. We're going to give some to Mav too. I think Mav will absolutely love it. The only thing that we have to be careful of, yeah, we can try them as well. Sardines are like a hit or miss on whether people like them or not.
I love sardines.
Leave me down in the comments. Do you guys like sardines or do you hate them? Ooh, I don't know.
I never tried plain sardines. I always tried them in tomato sauce.
That's true, actually, yeah. We've had the sardines in the tomato sauce. Those ones are actually pretty decent. They're pretty good.
Need to get more of those.
Yeah, this one is just in salt water. So you don't want to give too much salt to your animals. It's not good for them. So small amounts. But yeah, it says fresh caught. That's pretty awesome. Oh, wild caught. Cool. All right. Now it's the end of our haul.
Wait.
No more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is there? No, that's it. All right. So thank you so very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's like a story time and a grocery haul all at the same time. Stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of really awesome videos. We've got Pumpkin's vet video. I don't know if it's coming out before this one or after this one, but so cute. Here's a hint. We take him to Petco afterwards to go and pick out his own toy. We don't normally end up doing that because there's a lot of germs, and especially with baby animals, you don't want to expose them to germs, but he just went to his first vet visit, and we wanted to just make it special and let him pick out his own toy. He did so good, you guys. The vet was so amazing. He was so amazing. So, yeah, he ended up actually getting the 2 toys. One of them was only 88 cents, and then the other one was like $3.99. So, not bad. But he got to get the ones that he picked out. So, stay tuned for that if it hasn't come out already. If it has come out already and you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's going to be awesome. We'll also share some more little Halloween arts and crafts and stuff like that. Got a whole bunch of holiday recipes coming up. So, as the holidays come through, it's more so a time of like being inside and doing arts and crafts and cooking and all that fun stuff.
We're going to carve pumpkin soon.
Yeah. And you guys actually said, since we're paying out of pocket for all of our rescues and everything like that, all of their towels, their blankets and everything, you guys actually said that we should create a Patreon and a GoFundMe. So we have. If you guys haven't actually seen that on our Instagram or on YouTube, definitely check that out. Now, if you can't donate to the Patreon or to the GoFundMe or anything like that, and you can't join that Patreon, even sharing and sending this around to people and everything, every like helps, every share helps, every subscriber helps or follower helps. So all of that stuff, very helpful, and we appreciate all of you so much. You guys are the reason why we're going to be able to keep doing this. You guys are the reason why we're going to be able to keep helping animals. And so excited about where the future is going to go. If you guys can join our Patreon, it's going to be getting better and better as time goes by. We're going to have a whole bunch of really great perks, gifts, giveaways, exclusive content, podcasts. That way you guys don't have to pay for it on Spotify or anything like that. Videos to where you can't see it anywhere else. A bunch of really great things that kind of help you out, learning how to build things, really great plans for chicken coops or building fences, predator-proof things, canning, preserving, cooking, you name it, self-sufficiency, how to literally be self-sufficient, essentially, saving money. That's a huge one. I'm going to be having a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be on there. all of that stuff. So if you guys join our Patreon, that's where we're going to be putting the most amount of things. And we realize, like, our area right now has no rescue for any strays or any ferals or anything like that. And that goes for dogs, cats, anything. And so they do have some set up for, like, pets to help them. And then they do also have, like, animal control. But they don't actually have any rescues that's out there doing that. So I kind of jumped headfirst into it. We've all been just working our hardest to try to save all these animals and everything. And thanks to you guys saying that we should get that GoFundMe and the Patreon, we put it out there and boom, it's happening. You guys are so great and so amazing. And so I want to make sure to give back. You guys are a really great, great community. And if you guys join that Patreon, you guys are going to be part of something huge. You're going to be able to help so many animals and save so many lives. And I am so excited for it. It's going to be so awesome, you guys. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be so awesome. I'm going to have one of the tiers too, to where it's going to be a tea of the month club and a coffee of the month club. So we're going to get like specialty teas and specialty coffees, send those out. When you guys receive them, it's like a gift in the mail. You guys know how nice it is when you receive like a present, a birthday present, a Christmas present. Imagine getting that every single month as a surprise. You guys get to open it. Some of them will be like tea of the month if you guys want that. I create artwork and everything like that. We've got merch. We've got all this stuff. So it'll be just so fun to receive that. And you guys are helping so many animals to just, with everything, with feed, with supplies, with water, vet visits. We need a better facility because we are at max capacity here. And so it's going to be able to allow us to help even more animals. I am so excited. One day, it will grow into something to where you guys can actually come and visit the animals. You guys can hang out with them. You can be around them. We're going to be putting it out in all sorts of different videos and everything. So I'm so, so, so excited. This is going to be something big. And as our motto is, be brave, do something, change the world. So we can do that together. Thank you to everybody that's donated, everybody that's shared, everybody that's liked, everybody that's commented, everybody that's joined us on this journey. And it's only going to go up from here. I am so excited about where things are going to be going. You guys are just going to absolutely love what's coming down the line. Oh, it's going to be great. All right. Thank you so much for watching.
And for all your support.
And for all your support.
Play money.
Play money. And we hope that you guys are blessed as well with a whole bunch of great finances and health and just love and happiness. And during this holiday season, I think things are just going to be so great. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you liked it. And join us next time. From all of us here at Lionheart. Bye!
If it's your birthday, happy birthday!
If it's your birthday, happy birthday! All right. We'll see you next time. Bye!